Capacity as Acting Attorney General, have you ever been asked to approve any request or action to be taken by the special counsel?
Mr. Chairman, I see that your 5 minutes is up, and so I'm here voluntarily. We have agreed to 5-minute rounds, and
The committee.
I think that's a fine place to end the 5-minute rule.
Do you remember Matthew Whitaker? He was chief of staff to Jeff Sessions for a year before Trump got rid of the attorney general due to his recusal in the Mueller probe. Whitaker then stepped in as attorney general for just 14 weeks, which was a time riddled with controversy due to his lack of experience, qualifications, the constitutionality of the appointment itself, and the nature of Trump's battle with Robert Mueller.
Well, Matt Whitaker, I don't know Matt Whitaker. Matt Whitaker worked for Jeff Sessions, and he was always extremely highly thought of, and he still is. But I didn't know Matt Whitaker.
When he finally left office, he went straight to a lucrative new gig, though, leading a new project for the right-wing nonprofit FreedomWorks. The Daily Beast is now reporting that Whitaker immediately started working to get pardons for his clients, but never registered as a lobbyist. He was directly involved in White House clemency negotiations, possibly as late as Trump's last full day in office, but again, never registered as a lobbyist while advocating for those pardons. Investigative research shows that one of his successful clemency bids actually overlapped with his time within the Department of Justice. In September of 2017, when a woman named Daniela Gozes Wagner was found guilty of fraud and money laundering for her role in a Russian company's multi-million-dollar Medicare and Medicaid fraud scheme. Whitaker had been appointed to Chief of Staff Sessions just the previous week. White House records show that Whitaker advocated for this pardon and others in his personal capacity, but the clemencies were issued in February 2020, about 3 weeks before Whitaker officially joined FreedomWorks. These applications of clemency were hardly noble, and in the cases Whitaker worked on, they were aiming to pardon healthcare fraudsters, which prosecutors have called disheartening, demoralizing, and an incredible kick in the teeth. In an interview in late 2020, Whitaker, who was simultaneously getting paid by FreedomWorks, talked to the press about the pardons Trump was to make at the end of his term. He said that Trump, quote, has looked at cases where he feels that a fundamental fairness has not been done, and he tries to right those wrongs. In a case of Medicare fraud, I think most of us would disagree. He goes on, he would expect as this president continues to serve in this role that he will grant other pardons, commutations, and other executive clemency as he sees fit. So he's acting as a lobbyist here, but again, he hasn't registered as one. To summarize this complicated story, the Daily Beast writes that Whitaker acted as an attack dog attorney for the company FreedomWorks and had invoked his status as a former assistant U.S. attorney to lend the operation credibility. We'll be following this story, I'm sure, for the foreseeable future. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.